Well, hey there, folks. Again. Here we are live. Yeah. So I've just got, my lighting's not, maybe if I put I have this halogen lamp, that keeps things nice and bright. But, I like it kind of cozy, and I don't know if you do, but that's how I like it. So today is a great subject that I know a lot about. And again, I am not the type of person who would be considered someone who constantly remains in a consistent fashion. All right. So if you're an inconsistent type of person, if you're a very disciplined person, you don't need to listen to this because you all you have to do is read about it and you got it down. Okay. But I want to talk today about intermittent fasting. Right now, that's a subject that makes people kind of quake in their boots. Yeah, they just don't like it. They don't like it too well, and for many reasons, because if you're like some people, they think, I just don't want to be hungry. Yeah, I don't want to starve. I don't want to, miss meals. Oh gosh, all I'll do is I'll just binge afterwards. All these things. So really, with intermittent fasting, you have to take baby steps. Okay, unless you go to Dr. Fung's metabolic clinic or uh, have some kind of an appointment like that where maybe your diabetes is so severe, your blood sugars or blood pressure, all these different things are really really bad that you need to take some fast action, and then you're going to be you're going to be put through the paces, believe me. Okay, but he's had lots of success as a result of that. Now, if you're just the type of person who um, maybe the keto diet is not working for you, or maybe you find it really hard. I personally find the keto diet very difficult. All right. So I fast a lot. All right. I fast. Um, yeah. How do you start with a fast? Well, believe it or not, you probably already fast and you don't realize it. All right. When we think of a fast, we think of going a whole day without food, right? Or 2 or 3 days. All right, so there is that. Okay, there is that, but let's just leave that for another time. But to start off fasting, if you're the type of person who maybe after an evening meal does not snack, or maybe if you do, you might snack until, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 o'clock, and then not eat again until 7, 8, or 9 o'clock the next day, you have already completed a 12-hour fast, and that's a great place to start. Even 10 hours is great. But even between meals, you're fasting. Most people, if they have 3 meals a day, a lot of people have snacks in the middle of them, and that's what causes the ongoing release of insulin in your body and keeps you craving, keeps you hungry, and then you're like slouchy, right? You finish your lunch, right? You go back to work, and then by 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, where's the candy bar machine? And you're looking for something sweet. And so really, when it comes to intermittent fasting, it's trying to miss as many meals as possible while still maintaining a sense of an equilibrium that is good. You feel good, you don't feel terrible, and that's really what you need to do. So to start off, really don't get fixated on it. Really don't get fixated. If you decide, okay, Monday I'm going to do a 6 o'clock. I'm going to start fasting right after dinner. And yeah, if you do that, chances are you're going to blow it because then by 8 o'clock you'll be thinking, watching this movie, I'd love some popcorn or some munchies, right? And so that's really the worst way to do it. I used to do it on off times, and that's how I got onto it on a consistent basis. So I was sometimes going out working on the weekends where I was out and about constantly. So I would start off at around noon, and I would just go get a coffee with a little bit of cream. You don't want too much because you don't want to break your fast. But if the night before you didn't have anything, then you get out there with a coffee. Some people, they can't take it on their tummy, and that's understandable. So you probably can't do it. Or else if you had some mint, okay, some mint leaves or some kind of mint that's no sugar, and if it's got something like stevia or something like that, that's not going to affect things so that you break your fast, then by all means have that, and that'll probably calm your stomach down. So probably coffee is not a good thing. And so sometimes what I would do is I would go from usually the night before, and then I'd go to bed, get up, work till about 5 or 6, and then go home and have something to eat. All right. So I had done a complete, that was a 24-hour fast. Okay. And one time I did a 40-hour fast. It's just because our stove wasn't working. So I went out to work, came back. I thought, I can keep doing this, next day. And then I didn't break my fast till Sunday at lunch. Yeah. So it was about 40 hours. But start slowly, 10 hours, 12 hours. Just start as an experiment. Don't make it hard on yourself when you're doing a regimen, because if it's no fun, then you're not going to do it, and then your mind is going to be saying, oh, you remember you got a fast, and it's going to be a horrible experience. Another thing that you might want to do is when you start to fast, on whatever night you're doing it, make sure you're not doing things that you usually do where you want to eat, such as sitting in front of the TV or going out, or you're thinking, oh, I'd like to go out and have something goodyish, something sweet, or even food. All right. You need to be doing something, maybe something constructive. Maybe you need to clean up the clutter in your house. That's what I've done. Times like that, I've come down to my office and I've just, I've, cleaned up a bit of clutter and maybe have some water. And there's other things that you can get as well. Some things that'll help to kind of re-moisturize your inside so that you're not dehydrating yourself. And because you're going to be using the bathroom quite a bit, then you want to make sure that you're hydrating yourself. Even before you become dehydrated, you need to hydrate yourself, not just with water, but potassium and sodium, magnesium, but especially sodium and potassium. Those are the big things where you're going to start to feel like this if you don't have it, and then you're going to get cravings to eat. And that's the worst thing. So you want to make sure you hit that before it hits you. And that was the biggest issue I had with intermittent fasting when I started a long time ago. So I always preempt the strike before it hits me. And then sometimes it takes a while to get yourself feeling better, and you feel tired, maybe you want to sleep. And that's not a bad idea too. If you feel tired and you're able to lie down and have a nap, be good to yourself, just read or have a bit of a nap, listen to some music, or if you got the energy, do something constructive. All right. Now that 12-hour fast, you might think, hey, congratulations. And that's a great start. So what you want to do is you want to move on to maybe a 14-hour fast. Once you get past that into a 16-hour fast, I don't want to say it's a piece of cake, because that'll make you think of food, but it really becomes an easier thing. And you really do start feeling good once you begin to know exactly what you're going to take as far as keeping your electrolytes up and keeping yourself feeling good. All right. Sometimes even going out for a walk, if you got the energy. Okay. At first, you might feel a little bit, you don't feel great. Now, here's the thing. After you've done a fast like that, when you break your fast the next day and you get up and you're going to have a nice appetite, try to prolong the breakfast for as long as you can. All right. And this is only after you've been able to do a 10-hour fast, 12-hour fast. Try to prolong the fast a little bit longer. So if you get up, your body is a creature of habit. We are creatures of habits. And so what'll happen is your body will say, oh, it's time to eat. All right. Well, if you have you don't have to go anywhere immediately, try to just maybe have a glass of water, or have a glass of water with some electrolytes, or go out for a walk, or just have a coffee with a bit of light cream, or not light cream, but heavy cream, but just a little bit. Then after that, try to see if you can go for an hour or two longer. If you can't, don't worry about it. Again, you've got to make it something that's an enjoyable event that you're doing for yourself. Now, what I really find is helpful is I do a number of things. I'm just going to get this one I've got up here next to my Bible. This is called the Complete Guide to Fasting. And Jason Fung puts his book out, The Complete Guide to Fasting, and it's very, very interesting to look at. Lots of pictures and big words and so on. So it's very interesting. What I find is if I read something, right, or watch something, watch Dr. Fung on YouTube. He's got loads of YouTube videos. Just maybe watch short ones or watch ones that are relevant to yourself. How to starve off hunger, how to whatever you're dealing with, cravings, all these different things. And as you watch that, it will give you a sense of confidence. Like, yeah, I want to do this. This is really beginning to kind of empower me and make me feel like I can really do this. All right. So that's what I do. I either read something that's about fasting, or I watch something on TV. If you got like a Roku TV or a TV where you can access YouTube, you have an entire library of great videos to watch, not just about intermittent fasting, but the keto diet, everything. There's just loads of stuff. And Dr. Jason Fung is great. Also, he just put out a new book about keto. And oh dear, why can't I remember? Why can't I remember the name? All right, let me get it for you. He just put out a book about keto, and it's an excellent. His stuff is excellent. He's written loads of books on the subject, and you'll want to get his book. Do, 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 do. All right, I have it on here on my computer. So, sorry about this. Anyways, it'll come to me. Anyways, go on there and look for it. Look for some information that you can find with regards to the ketogenic diet, right? And it will just be the most amazing thing. Oh, hold it. I've got it in Audible. I've got his Audible book. And there's a number of books. The Case for Keto, it's called, by Gary Taubes, Taubes. He was working for the New York Times and has now become an absolute expert in the field of the ketogenic diet fasting. So anyways, I'm just going to leave it at that. Try a 10 or a 12-hour fast just to start off with, and then continue it. Or you can work up to a 16-hour fast. I'm going to make another video and get into more detail about a 16-hour fast and what you can do. And especially when you're finished the fast, I must say this, that before you eat, have maybe a light salad with some oil on it, maybe some avocado oil, which is really nice and light tasting, or have a few nuts beforehand, because you want to start waking up the enzymes. Otherwise, you're going to be rushing to the bathroom with the trots. Yeah, so you don't want that to happen. So that's just a kind of a heads up that you might want to do that, okay, before that happens. All right. So, folks, all the best on that. If you have any questions and stuff, you can just leave a comment in the section there, and I'll freely respond to you as soon as I can. Have a great day. Bye.